Okay, guys, I'm here today with Brian Glick. Huge honor for me. First, John Danaher black belt, and Chris, and let's not miss the handshake, and Chris, and guys. This week, Brian is sharing an entire structure all about inside passing for no gi, and today he's gonna show us here one of his favorite moves, which is the double inside pass. Yeah. And you just showed me, and that was awesome. Yeah. And it kind of like cuts all the options that Chris has.
Yeah. Well,
I think opens a lot of doors there.
I think so. You know, we were talking about this before, but inside position was one of the major kind of watchwords from John over the years.
Yep.
And this kind of idea about distinguishing between inside and outside position, yep, and inside and outside passing. And so in something like when you're playing guard, for instance, or you're doing retention or recovery, you understand the difference between inside and outside position. Like if you're doing a knee elbow escape or you're playing clamp, or you can kind of understand inside outside. And then guard passing is the same. There's been a lot of attention on outside guard passing, yep, lately, and the video that we did before this one was more about outside passing, like Toriando, camping, yep, no-gi style passes. And inside passing, which is usually like, when you think about inside passing, usually it's like knee cut, headquarters, these, yep, types of things where you have a shin or a leg on the inside. It's usually one leg on the inside. But if you really want to kind of put a lot of pressure, you can play with both legs on the inside.
Yep.
The big difference is you have to adjust your posture and you have to make a couple of other changes. But if you do that, it's a really very devastating position to be in.
Yep.
I can just show you. Can I, yep, show you? Okay, yep. So like if Chris is down, for instance, and we're approaching someone. So this video that we're doing now is when your partner's seated, okay, and you're standing. And sometimes passing to the outside with a seated person can be, you can do it, but oftentimes we like to go to the inside. So one of the most common ways of doing this, what Gordon calls a cross shin, but it looks like a knee cut. So we're posting, we step, and we get into a position that looks like this, where your shin is on your partner's hamstring. And so it's my right shin and Chris's right, yep, shin, right hamstring here. So usually when we're playing against reverse de la Riva, we're trying to monitor this leg. We don't want the guy throwing this leg over, recovering. If we can clear this reverse de la Riva, so if Chris has even if he's got a kind of a tight grip here, we can straighten this leg, and then we can focus on stepping back a bit here. The goal is going to be to take our 2 feet and bring them inside. Now, what's interesting is if you just are inside your partner's legs like this, there's nothing that's stopping them from locking their legs, and you have this like kind of the first sweep that beginners learn from the closed guard, where you just bind the legs and knock the guy down. So once we get here and we step to the inside, we're going to adopt a bit of an unusual posture. We're going to have a hand here on our partner's hip, and we're going to take what was our cross shin, and we're going to step it across to the opposite side.
Yep.
Then from here, our hands are going to rest just by our partner's hips, and we're going to focus on getting a connection between our elbows and our knees. And the main thing that we're looking to do is to keep our partner's legs below our knees. Yep. If Chris gets his legs above my knees, then he can often put feet on hips, or he can even lock a closed guard, kind of climb his legs up and cross. So our main objective here is to take this position with our hands on the inside, forearms on the inside, knees on the inside, shins on the inside. And then once we get here, we're going to flare everything out slightly. So as Chris goes to move around from here, he finds it very, very difficult to get to an advantageous angle. It seems like he should be able to push on the shoulders here and push me back. But when I take my head and bring it nice and low like this, it's actually very, very hard. So what ends up happening is Chris has to choose a side at some point.
Yep.
Like he can't stay flat like this. So he's going to choose a side, and that's going to give us
something.
Yeah. It's either going to give us this straight hamstring, and then from here we're looking to create a shelf. And then I think when I was here last time, you and I did a video about a position like this where the shin is, the leg is trapped here. Or Chris could pummel his leg inside, and now we're in a place where we're playing either a floating pass style game, which is something that we're covering in this video also, or we can gain an underhook and start to play a tripod game. We can use this as a precursor to knee cuts, starting to free our leg. So you have just so many options. And then if he drops to the other side, you have knee cuts across this way too.
I love it, Brian. And I know a gi version of this. Like one of my instructors, Fabio Gugel, this was one of his favorite things, was to play from here and control both lapels.
Yeah.
And just wait here to see which mistake he's gonna do.
Exactly.
And this person always does a mistake. Like sometimes they lift this leg so much and then you can get here and get it. So it's very interesting because it's pretty much the gi version for the no gi.
Yeah.
And what you do is both hands on the hip and you place the head over here.
Exactly.
As well, right?
So now as Chris go to play a little bit here.
Yeah. And then
he has to give you something.
Yeah, no man, that's fascinating. And I love when you pictured to me what was that, I didn't think about also taking advantage of the head.
Yeah.
So you also put the forehead on his chest and then it feels almost like the camping that Gordon does, but from there.
It's like a weird kind of inside camping, and I've seen people do it, but I think if you can get comfortable in this posture, and it's a bit strange, I think. Normally when you're playing, good posture is usually head up, and even when you're playing a kind of Toreando, your head is down, but not quite this far. This here, just scoot back a little bit, Chris. This here, it seems kind of like you're a bit out of balance, like you're going to go forward. But actually, there's no real way for Chris to bring me forward here. Even if he does, he brings me more forward into this open space. And he'll tell you that it kind of sucks from here.
And because it's pretty much like it's your both knees, your both elbows, your hands, and your
your head. It's everything on the inside. So, and then again, like you're going to see all sorts of weird stuff. One of the reasons that I like this a lot, and we're talking about this in the video that we're doing, is I think that especially guard passing, but also guard retention, are two things that are classically kind of difficult to teach. Maybe guard retention more so. But guard passing is one of those things that seems, I think, for beginners, like very complicated because there's so many ways to go and so many things. So creating a situation where your partner is giving you reactions and giving you, like you were saying, making mistakes and giving you openings, it makes your job so much easier that instead of trying to force someone to do something, you put them in a position where they have to make, it's like a dilemma, they have to make a decision, and then from there you move into your pass. So I really like this as a version of that,
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and and I love when I see those moves that works both for gi and no gi, and you can always adapt to the Europeans and that. So this was fascinating, and I love the idea of the inside passing as well. I think there's so many opportunities from there.
Yeah.
And this was awesome.
Yeah,
and,
well, your career was built around a species of inside passing.
Yeah, over under pass.
You know, and the guy, when you take over under position, your whole body and your upper body, lower body, everything is splitting the knees.
Yeah.
And in some ways, this is the same idea where you're really you're putting your body in between his knees in a way where he can't easily put his feet back.
And creates pressure
and
wait.
Yeah.
Just sit there and wait. Yeah. And I love it. Yeah, so guys, this week Brian is shooting an entire instruction all about the inside passing. So make sure to check that out. It's going to be at bjjfanatics.com very soon. He's one of the best instructors we work with, as you can see. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And maybe by the time you're watching, it's already there. So thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.